Hello, I'm Adriana. I am a Master SoulPath Teacher and Guide, and today we are asking for messages to encourage and support you on your journey today. So these are messages channeled from higher guidance. I'm asking my guides for help, and if this video is meant for you, it's likely your guides are in there as well, sending little impulses and words. Sometimes I will see visions, but generally the way the information comes to me is through words and sentences, perhaps feelings. So sometimes things just kind of pop in that I wouldn't say myself, and that's how I know it's coming through. Okay, we're starting with an oracle deck. And this is a lovely message. Okay, open your heart. Really like this card a lot. It talks about the Greek myth of Zeus falling in love with a mortal, and he comes down to earth in the disguise of a swan. I'm not sure the logistics of how this happens, but she ends up laying an egg or giving birth to an egg, and it has the two twins, Castor and Pollux, which are the Gemini constellation. And one twin is divine and the other twin is mortal. So one twin was actually from her and her husband. The other twin is from Zeus. So it's is that, yeah, I think I've got that right. May have this a little bit funky, but anyway, I truly think this is about opening your heart up to the divine love, to divine guidance. And what does that really mean? It's through our hearts that we connect with higher energies. It's through our hearts that we connect with Source. And you're given an opportunity to open your heart so that you can experience more and more of that Source energy. And what's interesting is sometimes down here on Earth, we mistake the object for the experience. So we're looking to be in love, or we love an animal or a person or a certain thing, and then we make that the point. But the point is actually that the person or the animal or the object or whatever it is, the place is really just the focus point to give kind of the human self something to focus on. But really, when you love someone, you're channeling, or you love something truly, you're channeling a bigger energy. You're connecting to a bigger energy. And I'm feeling like this card is saying you may miss something if you don't open your heart fully here. And I also feel like this is about opening your heart to the truth. It's not just opening your heart indiscriminately. It's about opening your heart to the truth. Okay, I'm going to move on to this is an old friend. I haven't used this deck in a while. This is the Druid Tarot cards. What is our message out of here? I feel like the open your heart card is also talking about giving yourself as well as the other thing or other person a chance. Is it a job? Is it a person? Is it a place? Give it a chance. Open your heart, because you never know what's going to come of this union. And it's interesting too, just a little bit of information for you. The twins, Castor and Pollux, are the Gemini constellation. And Gemini is that kind of back and forth between, sometimes it can be the rational mind and the intuitive mind, the rational mind and the divine mind, that's one and the same, or even left and right, like the masculine mind, the feminine mind. And really, Castor and Pollux couldn't operate unless they were together. When the mortal twin was wounded in battle, the immortal twin went to Zeus and said, it was really his father, and said, I can't live without him. I can't be without him. Can you make it so we're together forever? And that's when they became that constellation. And so we can't live without love. We can't live without that connection. We cannot live without that higher sense of acceptance and well-being, and we can't live without sharing that with another person. I think that's the message of the twins as well. We can't live without sharing love with another person or with another being. It's not just enough to be love, we actually have to share love. We actually have to engage in love. And same with, I think love is not just about people, it's also about what you do with your life. If it's not your specific job, then it might be something that you really prioritize. But we can't live without loving something. Okay, 2 cards want to come out of this for us. King of Cups and the 6 of Cups. This is very much the same. King of Cups is, again, get in your heart. Look for that relationship. King of Cups here is looking back to the 6 of Cups. So I feel like there's a couple messages. One is about looking back to understand something about your past, to understand the way that you form relationships based on your past. So a lot of times our relationship with our primary caregiver, whether it's the mother or the father, gets projected onto our relationships in the future. So we look for that mother, we look for that caregiver, or we look for the father. Here, it's about lightening up. And I think it's about having a new relationship with innocence, with lightness. It's like the 6 of Cups brings you back to a simpler time, a lighter time. And the King of Cups is asking you to open your heart to that simpleness, to that lightness. So this could be talking specifically temporal, about looking back to the past when things were lighter or easier, or it could just be taking that feeling of looking at your situation with a little more lightness, a little more innocence. Let me get a little deeper into here. Because the King of Cups is a compassionate ruler who wants to lead through the heart, who wants to lead through doing what's best for everyone. And is he nostalgic here, or how is this all fitting together? Okay, what I'm getting is we can't move forward, we can't lead, or we can't move through where we are because we're holding on to the heaviness of the past. We're holding on to heaviness from childhood, or heaviness from past mistakes. And it's very difficult to really open up and to want to get into this place of opening the heart. And the thing I really love about the image on this card is that it looks like surrender to me. The woman is kind of reclined backwards in this surrendering position. And so in order to surrender to love, we have to drop some of this heaviness that we're carrying, drop some of the baggage that we're carrying from childhood. And maybe drop some of the heaviness that the inner child is still hanging on to. I know for me, I had a dream last night that was talking about a truth that I had internalized. And I'm doing truth in quotes because it's the way I perceive things. So, it was a question of self-esteem and not being good enough. And I really internalized that. And my dream was saying that I'm holding on to that and it's affecting certain things. So it may be something like that, where you find you were told something as a kid and you continue to believe that as you grew up, and it's now affecting the way you deal with people, the way you go into relationships, what you expect to get from relationships. But the interesting thing is it actually prevents you from engaging as far as you could in the relationships that are in front of you. Okay, message from the stars, please. I'm going to look at the Star Tarot. Five of Swords. So this is a confirmation that the head and the heart are at war here. So what you took in about yourself, or what you chose to believe about yourself in childhood, is coming back to cause conflict in your heart and in your mind. and the heart is really being affected. It's really being swayed by this imperfect or this flawed thought. I'm noticing that these swords have all these notches and kind of cuts, gouges out of them. And so these swords have seen combat, they have seen battle. And I feel like it's the heart and mind at war with them, with itself, with itselves. I don't know the correct grammatical thing there. And it's really causing a clash within you. And there's a real confusion actually about what the truth in this situation is. You know, when I'm saying open your heart, you're probably saying, what the heck are you talking about? Because your mind is saying that doesn't make sense to open the heart here. Why would I open the heart? This isn't what I want, or this isn't what I like. But I have to tell you, it's the mind at war with itself that is causing the consternation and the conflict in the heart. So your mind, it's less of a fight between the head and the heart, and it's really more of a fight between the head and the head. And all of that kind of activity upstairs is causing your heart to be confused. So what this comes back to is your heart knows what it wants. Your heart knows what it manifested. Your heart knows what it asked for. But because the mind is really conflicted about it, it doesn't want to give way, or it doesn't want to surrender to that truth that is in your heart right now. I kind of want to draw another set of cards and get a little bit more about this. So I think we're going to keep going actually. Always happens. I plan to just do one thing and then it just kind of keeps going. So we just keep getting hit over the head with this message. Love matters. And really like this card, she's got a dove perching on her hand, but it's a dove that's really depicting a journey or a passage over water. And so this is getting at peace with love. And I'm just going to say that again. This is about getting at peace with love. This is about getting at peace with when my heart's okay, I'm okay. When we tend to overemphasize the mind, we want the mind to be okay with everything. We want the mind to think well about things. But this is different. We're moving into a different reality and a different way of dealing with the world, and a different way of being. That's really the main thing. And so love matters overall. Love matters overall. If you don't open your heart, you can't connect with what truly matters. And this is kind of a theme in musicals and stories and all these things that, you know, someone is looking for a rich whatever, and they find someone, but the person is poor and they're conflicted. And so what do I do? You know, actually there was one of my favorite Golden Girls episodes is like this. Blanche meets this really amazing guy. I think his name is Joe, and he's good looking, he's attractive, he's helpful, he's considerate, he's very into her, he's very romantic, he's very loving, but he's not sophisticated. He takes her to these restaurants that don't have tablecloths, and, you know, he knows all the people in them. And he's totally crazy about her, but she wants to break up with him because she just doesn't think he's sophisticated or cultured enough. And of course, all the other ones think she's crazy for breaking up with him. And so she tells him how she feels, and then she goes to this event, like a charity fundraiser thing, and she sees him in a tux, and she realizes that she made a mistake. That, you know, the money stuff didn't matter, that it's like she had to see him in different clothing for her to see what a treasure he was. But of course it's too late, because she's already hurt his pride. He's already decided, no, he's moved on. So, you know, we see this all the time where the heart matters more, but maybe we realize too late. And I think this is an opportunity for us to understand that we don't have to we don't have to keep saying no to the heart. We don't have to keep losing the heart. We can actually start receiving what the heart has to give us if we decide that it matters, if we accept that it matters. Okay, any other message in the Druids for us? Ace of Pentacles, and I'm going to draw the other card right away. Four of Swords. Okay. I think everything we're talking about right now, the heart, love, listening to what's going on, this is the new foundation. This is the new start that our soul wants us to take. Let all of that other mind stuff go. Let all of the calculation, let all of the doubts and confusion and worry go. This is about getting in touch with our heart. And how do we do that? Four of Swords. We have to get the mind quiet. So whatever that takes for you, walking in nature, actually meditating, taking a bath, doing artwork, or just doing something calm that just turns your mind off. The Four of Swords represents, oh, this is so fascinating. The Four of Swords represents a mind at peace. And I think we sometimes go about this the wrong way. I'm just getting this now, that the mind can only be at peace if the heart is in charge. And I'm going to say that again. The mind will only be at peace if the heart is in charge. Because the heart is the true alignment with what we want, what we desire, and what gives us life. So, heart is that open, tender, sensitive, enveloping, embracing, really feeling love or feeling peace about something or someone. And a lot of times we try to make things right in our head, or we try to logic our way out, or we try to rationalize our way out, but that is impossible. We can't maintain a calm state of mind unless we put the heart first. So I think, to summarize all of the wisdom that we've talked about today, it's about having the intention to put your heart first. It is about having the intention to lead with your heart, to have the heart as the foundation for your choices, for your belief systems, for your lifestyle, for your life choices, for your choice in others, for your choice in activities. It's about putting the heart first. And then understanding that once the heart is put first, the calm mind will follow. And there might be a bit of a chicken and egg. You're like, well, I can't put my heart first unless my mind calms down. Okay, that's fine to do. But really, the first essential step is saying, look, my heart is coming first. I'm not feeling it yet. I know that I'm still caught up in here. I know that I'm still perhaps biased or stuck. But the heart has to come first. In my new way of life, the heart comes first. And just to summarize, I think we're going to do one more of these. Make a wish. So once you've put your heart first, your heart is it then opens up to say to the universe, what do you want? What can I bring you? The universe opens to you, really, saying anything is possible. Let me bring you what you desire. But you have to come through the heart. It has to come through the heart first, and not what the mind thinks it wants. It's what the heart truly thinks it wants. It's what the heart truly knows it wants. And then all possibilities are infinite. All possibilities are open for you. All right, thank you so much for joining me for this reading today. If you would like a reading, please do reach out, soulguidancewithAdriana.com, or my email is in the description below. And I look forward to seeing you soon.